Let's talk portal, man. Let's talk the portal. Wow. I mean, I don't know if you call it crazy. I don't know if you call it a circus. You got one quarterback from Cincinnati. Whoever thought somebody would give somebody from Cincinnati $5 million? I never thought it. I definitely didn't think it would be a school in West Texas. So Brett Sorsby, the quarterback from Cincinnati, just signed an NIL deal. By the way, he went to LSU first. I don't know if their bag wasn't big enough, but Tech obviously gave him a big bag to go to Tech and be their starting quarterback next year, $5 million. So, wow. What you think about the portal?
I think that kid's a good quarterback. I actually watched him play the first game this year in Kansas City when they played Nebraska. That kid can play, and I think that's a good pickup for Tech. But
$5 million?
Hey, man. Well, I'm going to tell you like this. Quarterbacks are getting paid. A lot of those quarterbacks going to stay in school. That kid's worth that. You got the kid from North Texas transferred to Oklahoma State, North Texas. So, I'm going to tell y'all something. Coach Morrison, I think, going to do a real good job at Oklahoma State. And he kind of doing the same thing YU coach doing. He got about, 20 boys transferring. They had some players. That running back, that freshman running back was off the hook.
He going.
Yeah,
Oklahoma State.
But they paying that kid $7 million.
Who?
Oklahoma State quarterback. $7 million.
I think we need to check those reports.
No, you check that out, $7 million.
I heard the Cincy guy was
But
making
you got to realize the boy in Michigan, true freshman, was getting $12 million.
That's
Underwood.
Maybe
quarterbacks are getting paid.
Yeah.
That's why the running back, them transfer running backs too, because the kid from Louisville was going to transfer. He ended up going back to Louisville. Louisville getting him 2.5, I think. So, it's like a G League semi-pro.
College free agency, baby. College free agency.
And it's crazy, Melvin, because me and H-Town Vic had this conversation 2 years ago, and I was like, the NFL is kind of going to lose money with draft picks because these guys going back to school. You got some kids, I'm going to go back on like my grade, and they might go higher next year. Some of them not. Some of them going low, but they get in the bag. But these quarterbacks, you ain't got to come out. $7 million, you get that every year.
You start messing with the shield, things going to change. You guys got coming out after 3 years, going to stay for. Why would they leave? I mean, I don't need that pressure. Yeah. I can stay right here and make the same money.
So I'm going to give you another take. I think the NFL like it. Here's why the NFL likes it. Because you got players that are going to come into the league that are way more prepared because they're not coming out in 2 or 3 years. They stay in 4. Some of them stay in 5. So the other thing is, too, when they get to the league, they're going to be a little older. So some of them kids ain't going to make it to their second contract. And, that's when you got the NFL, those teams got to pay you the big money. They got you on a rookie contract. If you're a running back and you spend 5 years, you coming out at 23, by the time if you're a first rounder and you get 5 years, you're going to be 28. It's going to be a lot of teams. They say once you get close to 30, they don't want to pay you that big money.
Well, what it is, during COVID,
good take. I like that.
During COVID, a lot of those guys, them days over because they had them extra years. But you really hurt yourself playing other positions. The ones they're going to take at an old age is offensive linemen and quarterbacks, like Bo Nix, for example. You know what I mean? So they the ones, because a lot of these kids going to hurt themselves because they're going to see that age, especially if they got a history of injuries.
Yeah.
Because if you look at, what's his name from Atlanta, he's been hurt his whole college career.
Who's that?
Phoenix, the kid from starting quarterback for Atlanta, from IU.
Oh, Penix.
Penix, yeah. And he got a history, which he got hurt this year. So a lot of kids got to be careful because you're going to have kids going to come out early. They bodies, because the kid from Ohio State, I can't see him playing 4 years unless they really give him a serious bag.
Wide receiver.
Yes, sir. Smith.
Yeah, Penix won't. Penix, he'll get a second contract, but it want to be a big second contract because of that injury history. And he's a little older.
Right.
He's a little older. I mean, people are saying these quarterbacks can play, 12, 13, 15 years. Everybody's not Brady. And at the end of the day, when you already got an injury history like that, I think, and just look at the parity in college and look at the parity in the NFL right now. Look how many teams that traditionally are in the playoffs, i.e. Baltimore, Kansas City, not in the playoffs this year, but you got teams like Jacksonville, Carolina. Those teams are in the playoffs. And that's all parity because you got Bryce Young. This is year number 3.
And a whole lot of 8, 9
You got
teams.
Trevor Lawrence, year number 4. Yeah. So, I think the NFL, they like, y'all go ahead in college and pay them the money and let us keep our money in our pocket. Because that's what the owners want to do anyway.
But how many guys they got in the portal right now?
They got
over
So that's another thing, and I'm glad you brought this up, Truesdale. So everybody's like, the portal's great for the students. It's great for the kids. It's great for a small percentage. A large percentage, there's over 4,000 kids in the portal right now as of the timing of this show. Over 60% of those kids won't get a college offer. So mind you, to go into the portal, you already are playing, so you already have a scholarship. Now, you want to leave because, A, you don't want to compete. B, the coach hurt your feelings. C, you don't think that school fits your system when you the one chose the school initially from that standpoint. There's going to be a lot of kids that's going to have to go JUCO, FCS, or walk on, and they got money in their pocket right now.
But see, the scary thing is this. You got kids, like you said, don't have no scholarships, leaving these schools because you got to get an education. You can't play football forever. A lot of those kids are not going to make it in the league. A big percentage of their players not going to make it in the league. They won't even make it in Canada.
Got a better chance of winning the lottery.
My thing is a couple of kids I know won't say no name, just wanted to come close to home, talking about, I'll walk on. You can't walk on no more. Them walk-on days, them dreams days are over now.
Yep.
With the numbers and everything. So you got to have sense out there. Kids, parents, you got whoever advises them, the agents, y'all got to think. And then some of them want to think they could go where they want to go. Come on. And so now, like you looked at the game last night, you had that whole secondaries from Texas. 2 of the kids got in the portal, but those kids getting some major offers. So some kids get overlooked. Some kids get caught up because they going with the transfer portal. So, like, they got to start off low Division I, like a school like New Mexico State. Like the kid from Cashmere ended up signing to Baylor, had a hell of a game. And some coaches do a good, they evaluate good because when those low Division I schools or FCS schools play against them big schools, they be like, wow. And those kids be more hungry than when you had a Power 4 school, like say if you at SMU and the kid transferred from A&M with their attitudes and stuff. So that's how I go. And then, like I said, some of these kids, they develop later on and get better. And they get that shot at the D1 level, period. So it's a lot to that. That's what you're fighting with. So you got to think before you get in that portal, and you got to know what you're doing. At the end of the day, most of these kids, young men out there getting in that portal, y'all better get your education. If it's free, you better get it. Because a lot of them can't go back. They can't go back. They done.
Yeah, you can only go back if you play basketball.
They're going to find somebody else.
If you play basketball, they let you come back.
Ball plus come a dime in a dozen.
Yeah.
They let you come back for sure if you're playing basketball.
Oh, man, nah. Big Ten already said, I ain't having that. That's crazy.
So what about these high school kids, though? You know, what's their true opportunity going into college right now? Because the way I'm seeing these teams constructed, a lot of these coaches, they're keeping the players currently on the team, and then when they need to go fill a spot, they're going to get the transfers. Hey, Sean Big, what you think about that?
I'm with that 100%. These high school kids, you make your money while you can, but think real hard before you make the decision, like Pat just said. It's a supply and demand type situation. And again, you got 4,000 already in the portal. So you're walking into a situation where you've not been proven and can't be proven at this point. So, you know, why would a coach invest in you at this point? But if you can get it, go get it. That's the way I see it. If they got it on the table, go take it.
Wow. That's true, though. I agree with you on that, though.
So, Truesdale, this is your lane. If you talk to a high school kid and he can go get, let's just say he can go get him $200,000 by going to a D1 program, but you know he ain't gonna play. You already know the team on there, or he can get him. Because by the way, these FCS schools and these D2 schools, they paying too. He can go get him 50,000 at an FCS school like a Montana State or a South Dakota State, and he gonna start. What would wide receiver, starting running back? What would your recommendation be? Starting DB, linebacker. What would your recommendation be to that kid?
I mean, if you ain't getting no offers, you got to start there.
No, he got an offer. He got an offer to go to D1 school. They're gonna pay him $200,000, but he ain't gonna play this next year. Cause everybody in front of him.
Well, if he don't play, they're gonna tell him to go.
More likely.
They're gonna they'll red shirt you if they got to work on some simple things on you, get you bigger. Other than that, that's why a lot of kids graduate early because they want these guys too in the spring. But if you ain't going to play, and some kids could actually play at a P4, they might make the wrong decision, but they just ain't going to play there. Then some kids got to drop. Some kids I hate to say it, be overrated, So they're going to have to move around because that's what they tell them. This is like pro. They calling in the office, hey, man, we can't keep you here. And a lot of these guys try to say their job, and they're going after the older guys because most of the high school kids going to sign in December. Now, you would have some kids get lucky and get something at the last minute, whether it's to a good FCS school or D1 school, and sign in February. Because, like, I got to go to the FCA convention in Charlotte, and I have got a couple of kids offers at the last minute and got blessed with FCS offers and D1 offers going there because once the portal shut down, they don't get what they really want. Then they come to them high school kids at the last minute. But only thing I can tell the high school kids out and parents, they got to just keep working hard. A lot of times you can't get what you get. You got to get it out the mud. You got to do what you got to do. See how hungry you are because it's tough out there on them, man. It's real tough.
Welcome to the real world.
Yes.
I might have taken the wrong route if I was going to do that, given that scenario you did, Melvin. I'd probably take the 50 at Montana State. Go play well. Now you get into the portal because because now they've seen you play at that level. So you're coming in experienced versus somebody else. Now you might get 250 or might get 500. You know, you gotta be willing to make you bet on yourself.
So that's my point. Don't just chase the big bag.
No.
Go chase the playing time.
Yeah.
Go improve your craft and get ready to go make even more money.
Yeah.
Next year and the year after that. So just because somebody gonna offer you $50,000, $70,000, $100,000 more, don't miss out on your chance to make $200,000, $300,000 more by going there, proving yourself, getting some more tape, getting better. Because the more you play, the better you're gonna get. Exactly. And a lot of these FCFs, and we talking FCS, you can go to the SWAC too. You can go to some of these HBCUs.
I was telling the coach today that, those kids more hungry, but when I was a kid, before I was born, being in college, after college, black HBCU always having fast receivers.
Yeah.
That's a place to go get a lot of receivers. So, you got to start from there. And then it's crazy because we was talking earlier is a lot of these ADs are telling these coaches, we paying them too much. You need to get in the portal. Yep. We need to get somebody else. Then some of these people think they're going to have a chance to go to these schools, but if a kid got a bigger profile, like today, a lot of alums getting mad, especially when kids transfer to the rivalry schools. What's the receiver at Texas, number 13?
He went to OU.
OU, yeah, and they gave him a big bag. And that's crazy there. You know what I'm saying?
He's the number 2 receiver, Livingston, on the team. He was also the roommate, Arch Manning.
Wow.
So, but guess what? They trying to bring in some bigger boys. And here's what I give Texas credit. They basically said, here's what your opportunity is going to be from what we see, and gave him the opportunity. They didn't just bring these boys in and then let him get stuck on the bench. He did a good job for the program. He was number 2 in receiving last year. Good kid. And they basically said, hey, you know what? You got a chance to be our number 3 receiver. You're going to play. But they also got some freshmen that didn't play last year too. So, you know what? He said, he went to OU in Indiana. I don't know if he picked the right one because Indiana balling.
They hot, right?
Indiana's hot, but
matter of fact, they signed TCU quarterback.
Yep, they did.
I
wish them the best until we get to the Red River Rivalry next year.
Mighty cold.
Lay him out. He gonna remember why he was at UT and not OU next year. He gonna remember that. He gonna remember that. Ooh,
smacking.
Y'all get me fired up because now it's time to talk about this wild card weekend. Let's get wild, baby.